YouTube, what is up and welcome to a day in the life vlog. So of course, as in most fitness day in the lives, you're going to be seeing my meals, my morning routine, the workflow, the social media things I'm working on, some of the other projects and coaching that I'm working on. But before we get into all the fun stuff, I'd really appreciate it if you help me grow this channel. Hit the video with a like, subscribe to the channel for more fun videos like this, some educational content as well, and everything in between. I think I missed ring the notification bell too, so please do that. I guess it helps. But yeah, guys, easing into this morning, it's actually super late. My sleep schedule has been wrecked as of lately. Weekends in Chicago will do that to you. But I woke up, got some reading in, did a little bit of planning for the day, and of course we're kicking the day off with a podcast. So I'm listening to the Elite FTS podcast. Love this one, and it's got Jim Wendler, Matt Rhodes, Vincent DiZenzo. So it's like a whole bunch of West Side barbell OGs right there. We got breakfast cooking, gonna be making some coffee. So I'll show you what we got. So for meal one, I have one of my go-to meals. If you've been a fan of the channel, you've definitely seen this one. We got eggs and potatoes. The eggs are not down yet, but we're working on that. So I am running a bit of a fat loss diet right now. Just trying to cut back some fat, nothing too crazy, not trying to get super shredded like I did last time, but 310 grams of potatoes, which is still a really big portion. So 5 meals today, this is meal one. But I do need to make some coffee, so maybe I'll try to do a time lapse with that. That's a thing that YouTubers do. Alrighty guys, it is breakfast time. Beautiful day out here on the porch, drinking some coffee. Gonna knock out a little bit of work over here while I'm eating as well. But man, let me tell you what, high of mid 80s today. I do have a pool right now, so we're gonna be taking advantage of that. I think also gonna be getting a walk in here shortly too, just get some movement going for the start of my day. So we're about to get this meal in, settle into a nice little work grind. After I knock some work out, I'm going to be getting a little lunchtime walk in, get the activity rolling for the day. Try to get my cardio in as well as a weight training session. This is honestly an ideal day for me. Love days like today where I can really focus in on the stuff that I'm passionate about. But I'm about to eat this meal, so I'll check in with y'all soon. All right guys, I figured because we're doing a day in the life and I'm a content creator, a lot of you guys might be content creators, I'd show some of my creative process and kind of how I go about structuring my content for the week. So as I mentioned earlier this morning, first and foremost, I am kind of most productive when I write stuff out. So I have this handy dandy Hogwarts journal here and I write down all my ideas for content. And then I throw it into my phone just to kind of make it a little bit more organized into a note. Of course, the workflow is super easy when you have Macs. Basically, the way I have my content structured for kind of like a weekly basis is I have like a staple post that I pin to my Instagram. And in that post, I have like a picture that'll have like the topic of the week. And then from there, I'll release all of these different training posts throughout the week. So I have optimize your training. That's the topic of the week. We're gonna be talking about little things you can do to make your workouts better, right? So for today's post, I'm gonna actually do a topic about individualization because I feel like individualization is the most important thing when it comes to optimizing your training. I have an idea for a reel that's not yet made, but I'm gonna make that later tonight. Tomorrow, I'm gonna talk about determining the best training split. Then I have a kind of like longer caption post planned out. So I'll grab a picture, talk about the best training split, write out a long caption there. I think like a combination of different kinds of content is what really kind of distinguishes you. In terms of going viral, like reels are big, carousel posts seem to be doing pretty well, so I'll probably throw in a couple of those things. And then picking the best exercises, I'll probably do a quick little like reel about that and go through, probably record several movements and then do not as much of a talking post like you probably see me do, but just like captions on the actual video that explain how to pick the best movement. There, I still have a couple ideas that I'm tossing around in my head. This is the concrete stuff right now, but if we switch over to my laptop right here, I'm editing it live. So this is going to be kind of like the title post for this week's content. So you can see I do most of my work in Canva and just sort of some of my workflow there. Here's the picture that I'm using. We're going to talk about optimize your training. That's the topic of the week. Basic, simple, but effective at communicating the message. So just a little bit about my creative process, how I kind of go about structuring my content for a week. So for anyone out there trying to grow, get to work. Alrighty guys, time for a little break now that we got all the content for the week planned out. I'm gonna go get a little walk in. It's a beautiful day out there. It's like 80 degrees, it's sunny. And the great thing is, flip this around real quick and show you all. I have a glorious walking trail right here. As I get the shoes on, the trail spans like all of Indianapolis, super peaceful and nice to walk on. So I'll probably do a good little 30-minute walk here. Either gonna get 2 walks in or a walk in some pickleball tonight, depending on how much I get done throughout the day, because you've always gotta get some shit done, and pickleball takes a lot of time. Jesus Christ. So let's get this walk in. See you guys soon. Cheers. Coke Zero at the pool just hits different. Well guys, this is the workstation for today. I'm chilling by the pool. Gonna be getting some work done. Client check-ins, gotta knock those out. Building an online program that I'm gonna be selling very shortly. And I'm gonna tell you what, this online program is gonna be next level. All access into an app. You're gonna have video and written material to teach you all the nuances of the way I train. A spreadsheet to track all those important variables like recovery, sleep, desire to train, steps, and possibly even more depending on what all I want to include. But really excited to get that out, and we got a lot of work to do. So we're just going to chill out here for a little bit and then right back to work. Alrighty guys, it is time for meal 2. I'm kind of running behind on meals today, but we've been getting other stuff done, so that's completely alright. We have 135 grams of white rice, 135 grams of chicken breast, 30-ish grams of white yum yum sauce, Terry Hose, check it out at Meijer or Kroger, a little bit of buffalo sauce, and then I got this like sesame ginger veggie bird's eye pack. Delicious meal with like a good amount of flavor while being fairly macro friendly. I think the macros for this meal are like around like 45 carb, 45 protein, and then 10 grams of fat, so a lot to eat here, and I am about to go in on it. The next task on the docket is to work on some of the online programs, so I want to show you guys some of the framework that I've developed for that after I eat this meal. Alright YouTube, so I've been working pretty hard and diligently for the past 2 hours or so, getting a lot of good stuff knocked out. Essentially what I've been doing is I have my client list up on the laptop right now, which I don't actually know if you can see the screen, it's pretty dark, but what I do early on in the week is I copy everybody's programs from week to week, so it's there, and then I can make adjustments throughout the week and kind of like check in with people, shoot them messages, do any calls that I need to, update the plans, so my workload doesn't get stuck until Sunday, which is something that I used to make the mistake of doing, and it just sets you up for a very long day. And that allows me to kind of evenly disperse my workload a little bit better. But I mentioned earlier the online program that I'm going to be selling, so I wanted to get in and discuss the details. So I'll probably just throw up some screen recordings, but essentially what I'm going to be doing for this online program is I have a 3, 4, 5, and 6 day split that I'm going to be selling. 12-week programs. There'll be 5 weeks of accumulating training volume and intensity, a deload, and then a whole new 6-week split up to 12 weeks. And I like that setup because that allows people to kind of like repeat the program, run it again if they'd like, or if they need another program, I'm going to be doing like drops of these as well. So definitely looking forward to that. basically I have a ton of educational material already planned out, already recorded, that I'm going to be plugging in the app as well. So it's going to teach you, what you need for the gym, how to gauge intensity. So a lot of educational material in there that you're just going to have to check out and see. In addition, I mentioned there's going to be a spreadsheet to track the variables, video library with how to exercise, and there's going to be like a video library with all the how-tos. So this was a huge undertaking, something that I thought was going to be done a long time ago, but just with keeping up with my clients, keeping up with social media, and trying to grow YouTube, it's taking me a long time to get out, but it's coming very soon. Like by the end of this summer, I'm going to have this shit knocked out. And this week, because I'm not actually working in the office, I'm going to be making a whole bunch of progress. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be doing more and more about that over time, and it's going to be dope. I'm probably going to go train in about an hour, so I'm going to kind of start to get ready for that. I'm going to go inside, shower off the chlorine, and get ready. Alrighty guys, it is time for the pre-workout meal, third meal of the day, and I'm feeling pretty hungry, so this is about to hit different. But I have in this Tupperware some Birch Benders pancake mix, some BPM blueberry whey, 35 grams of egg whites, and water. But that's typically what goes into pancake mix. So I'm about to grease this cast iron with a little bit of butter because there's no fat in this meal whatsoever. Alrighty guys, sipping on the pre-workout, about to eat this pre-workout pancake. Meal number 3, going down.
So unfortunately, the gym was absolutely packed during this session, but I did get a pretty solid pull session in. Kicked it off with some biceps. That's what I've been kicking off these pull days with lately, prioritizing my arm growth. So here you can see I'm doing some cable curls. Big fan of these full range of motion cable curls. A couple tips for you here that I want to talk about. So as you'll see, I'm curling up pretty high. I usually shoot to curl up to my forehead, and I think that helps not only challenge the biceps in the stretch position, but it helps you get a great peak contraction as well. And then what I'm looking to do is make that eccentric or lowering portion of the movement as hard as possible by essentially extending my arm more straight out than most people typically would. So you can see I'm almost bringing it down so that my arm is at an angle and not quite by my sides, and challenging your biceps in that way, whole different ball game. As you can see, the pump is starting to hit. Arms are looking a little juicy in this clip. I'm actually pretty happy with this. But definitely, when we're bodybuilding, guys, we want to make these movements feel as difficult as possible. We're not looking for the easy route with hypertrophy training. If you're trying to lift for strength, if you're trying to hit numbers, go off. Make your range of motion as efficient as possible. But hypertrophy training is all about getting the most amount of stimulus out of the least amount of weight so you can get less fatigue as well. Very happy with how these curls went. Next thing I hit were some bent over dumbbell rows. Now this is one I was kind of messing with. Don't end up loving these too much, but I think they're a great movement. Partially my hip just doesn't love staying in this hinged position with free weights. So things like barbell and dumbbell rows still kind of agitate this nagging injury that I've been dealing with for quite some time. It's been over a year now, but I will say the stimulus is great on these. Basically what you want to do is hinge your hips back so that your back is nice and flat. This is a very humbling movement. I used way less weight on these dumbbells than I thought I would, and the squeeze is honestly great. I wish my hip issues would chill a little bit. So definitely give this one a shot. Think about driving the elbows back and bringing those dumbbells to your pockets. Big fan of these. I might throw them back in the future. We'll have to see. But a movement that I'll always love is this Nautilus pullover machine. You know, the Dorian Yates machine. It's a classic. So here you can check out a full set of the lat pullover. Couple cues here for you, whether you're doing lat pullovers on the machine or on a barbell. So the pullover, big emphasis is the stretch. You want to stretch your arms back as far as you can so that your lats are feeling a deep stretch And then you're going to want to drive those elbows down, contracting your lats, almost like you're doing like a lat flare, like the bodybuilding pose. And honestly, I didn't get to do it this way today, but typically I will do these first. So it kind of like stretches out the movement. I feel like my lats are opening up, get a great stretch, a solid lat pump going before I do any of my other work. Because I'm doing a full set, I feel like it's important to mention one thing certain machines have is a seatbelt. I always used to neglect the seatbelt function because I was like, I don't need that. That's silly. Guys, I'm gonna tell you what, strap in, especially on a movement like this where you can physically pop up. Being able to strap in and lock into a machine. Other machines that you can do this might be like other row variations, typically bicep curls, seated hamstring curl. The more stable you are throughout that range of motion, the better stimulus you're going to put on your muscles. So use that feature. And then I cap this off by doing a 30-second stretch. A thing I've been playing with a couple of different movements has been loaded stretches or just stretches after the movement. There's been some pretty promising research that this is a good thing for muscle hypertrophy, and boy, does it hit different. So I'm going to keep playing with it, see if it makes a difference in my training. But man, let me tell you what, the stretch on these is nuts, and you should try it out.
Alrighty guys, what is up? Got you on the iPhone here. I am on the way to play some pickleball. Couldn't record much because the gym was jam-packed. I guess that's what I get for going at 7 p.m. But we got a good little pool day in. Feeling pretty good, all things considered. And man, pickleball is about to be beautiful tonight. It's absolutely beautiful outside. If you know me, you know that I always bring my post-workout meal with me. So for the post-workout meal, as per usual, I have the cereal with my protein milk to get those glycogen stores replenished and make some gains post-workout. So I'm about to get this mixed up, drive over there, play pickleball until 10. All right, guys, just got back from playing. Man, it was about 2 hours of pickleball. The wind was killer, but I had a lot of fun. I'm getting better, man. I'm starting to hang with some of the top dogs out there at those courts, so that's a good feeling. But we have our final meal of the day. It's late, it's like 10:30, but I still need to get some calories in, or else I'll be feeling super depleted for that leg day tomorrow. So we have chicken, avocado, hot sauce, vegetables, and some white rice. Gonna get this meal down here in a second and mix it up a little bit as I'm closing the day in the life out. I think it's important to know this whole day in the life has not really been a day in my life. What do I mean by that? So many times, fitness, Instagram, social media in general is smoke and mirrors. A lot of times you're seeing things on social media that just aren't true. This house isn't mine, that pool isn't mine. A lot of that stuff is not mine, and you will see that time and time again on social media. So first and foremost, don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to others on social media that you don't even know, because it could all be smoke and mirrors. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm rocking with. I'm just house sitting for the week. That's why I figured it'd be cool to do a day in the life. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully it brought you some value, kind of looking into those insights into my workflow. And I know I wasn't able to record much at the gym just because it was so busy, but solid pull day as well for me. So appreciate you once again. If you wouldn't mind, if you liked the video and if you stuck this far, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Feel free to drop a comment down below. Like the video, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one.